What's up guys, it's Cobalt here, and welcome back to another video. We're just gonna ignore how continuously more disgusting Cobalt gets in every video. I will touch him up eventually. But anyways, today I went to the craft store, Michael's, and I was like, you know what, I need a specific paint color, so I'm gonna go pick it up really quick, and then I ended up spending like $100. So I'm gonna show you guys what I bought because, say it with me, tax write-off. But I also bought like a ton of cool miniature stuff that I wanted to share with you guys because I did a video like this a few months ago, and you guys seem to enjoy it. It's like insane comparing the miniature section at Michael's to how it was when I was like in elementary school and I was like first buying stuff like this. There's barely anything. Now it's like insane, and the quality definitely varies, but they have some really cool stuff, and I definitely picked up some of the more expensive items. So I'm gonna show you guys everything that I bought, and without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna show you guys the random like non-miniature accessory things that I bought as well, because why not? Some of these are kind of LPS related. I got these little star gems for piercings. I'd never seen star-shaped ones before, so I thought these could be cool. Let me find somebody to put them on. There, that's pretty sick. I usually only use the smaller sized ones. That's what it looks like. You can totally use these on like your normal pets and then also customs and stuff, but I like them. I'd say that was a good purchase. These are like the main non-LPS related thing. They've got like letters and numbers as stickers because I like to make custom CDs, and I thought this would be cool, and I did like the font on them because I have some of these in other fonts, but I specifically like this one, so I was like, okay, I'll buy it. And then Mod Podge is for customizing. This is what I use as my sealer. Matte Mod Podge, lots of you guys ask. This is what I use. You just gotta like really water it down though, because if you don't, it'll become super sticky over time. And then here was the item that I was actually intending to buy. So this is the So Flat Golden Matte Acrylic Paint. This is the best fluorescent paint I've ever tried. I love neon colors, if you didn't already know. So I've kind of been like on a quest my whole life trying to find really good neon paint. And I have this in like a neon green that performed really well in my opinion. And I needed neon purple for a specific commission. Shout out to my commissioner. So I figured that I would try the neon purple. This is pretty expensive paint, but what I really like about this is when you're buying this brand, they already have like a swatch, so you can kind of see how opaque it is. And this looks pretty good, so I'm actually gonna test this on camera really quickly, because why not? I mean, it's definitely a really pretty color. It looks great on here already. I'll try it on 2LPS. This is the custom that I actually need to like make neon purple, and then I'll just try it on a blank base as well. Okay, it's going on pretty well. I'd say this is probably maybe gonna take like 5 layers max. It obviously still has a little bit of thinness, but I didn't mix this with water at all, and it glides really well. But golden is like a higher end acrylic paint anyways. Let me just try it on this really quick. So there you can see like the opacity of it a little bit better here, but I'd say that's still pretty good for neon paint. And I'd say my biggest issue when it comes to paint like this is that it's often really sticky. Aside from the fact that it's really hard to get opaque fluorescent paint, it's usually really sticky. But if this is anything like the green one that I bought already, it dries like super matte, like even matte than the other paint that I use. So I really like it. If you have the money for it and you want to get paint like this, I would highly recommend. Okay, but now let's take a look at our miniature items, which is the reason why I'm making this video, and I'm sure the main reason why you guys clicked on it. So I got like a decent amount of things. It's not a ton, but you know, the larger pieces are much more expensive. They're over 10 bucks, and the smaller things are like $3 to $5. It kind of depends, but I'll start off with the little things first. And all of these are the Make Market brand, which is kind of like the main miniatures brand that Michael has. And it's really cool because now they've kind of expanded and they have a lot of stuff that's actually for like dollhouse making, which I think is really neat. Okay, so first off, I got these little plants. It's a fake plant, obviously, and then it's glued into this little ceramic bead, but I really like the design on them. It's kind of, you know, like Asian pottery, but yeah, I thought this would just be like a neat set piece. I always love getting little miniature plants, even if I'm never using them. And like, honestly, especially when it comes to something like this, like just seeing this in the store, you definitely get like a lot of inspiration to make things like this for yourself. And then the next item is this little record player with 2 records. The record player itself looks a lot like the one that comes in the Row Life living room set, which I have shown off in a video, but I thought it was cool. The record, I don't think this record comes off actually, and it kind of spins, which is cool. And then this is actually movable, which is nice, except now I can't close it after I've moved it. There we go. And then here are the 2 records, just like miscellaneous covers, but I thought the records themselves look pretty cool. These though are 3D printed, which is interesting. Like there's definitely a lot of things in this brand that are 3D printed. Oh, I like that they're actually different though. That's a nice detail. But yeah, they got a lot of 3D printed stuff. I talked about that more in the previous video that I made as well. But again, I just thought this would be like a cool kind of set piece to use in something eventually. And then how could I say no to this set of miniature knives, you guys? If you know the kind of videos that I actually like making, all of them have this little hole here, so like low-key you could turn them into jewelry if you wanted. I mean, these are kitchen knives obviously, but again, when I was first getting into like miniature stuff and wanting to get more like realistic looking props for my videos, I had a really hard time finding good looking knives that were actually sharp. And I feel like these appear pretty sharp. Obviously they're completely rounded, so there's nothing sharp about them in real life. I really like this like meat cleaver one. I feel like you don't really see this very often. And then this is a solid little knife as well. So yeah, good for an actual kitchen set, also good for murder weapons. So those are the little things. I also got this, which is less of an accessory and more of like a actual dollhouse making thing, I guess. But it is this wood texture flooring, which I thought would be cool, especially like the size of it. This is really well sized for Littlest Pet Shops. But like honestly, I have way too many flooring things and not enough wall things because I don't currently have a color printer, but it's fine. Okay, so here is the first large thing. This is low-key a little too big, but if it's like in the background, it's fine. And honestly, I might just take off these legs and then it will be a lot better sized. This is made of wood. It's stained black. The cabinet doors actually open, which is really cool, but it's like a little TV stand sort of situation. And it seems like the legs are actually going to be pretty easy to pull out because they're just kind of like glued into pegs. Let me try that really quick. All right, I took them off. 3 of them were pretty easy to just pull out, but then this one was obviously glued in a little bit more, probably like sanded down a little bit. But now it is much better sized LPS, so I will actually use this. Like, even though it's cheap wood, obviously I do like the fact that it's made of wood. I think that's cool as well. Here is another little decorative shelf. I think it's intended to be vertical, but obviously horizontal is better suited for LPS. Again, it's kind of big, but there are shelves in real life that are this tall compared to like human, so I think this is fine as well. Again, it's made of wood. I like the minimalist quality to it because then you can decorate with like a lot of stuff. See, that's how I am in real life. I like minimalist furniture, but I'm a maximalist decorator. So if I want to create a room that looks like my own, this is kind of a good way to start with that. But the next one is the item that I think I'm kind of most excited about, and I believe I showed this briefly in my last video and mentioned that it was something that I wanted, but it's a little couch. It also comes with 2 pillow cushions. Here's what the back side looks like, and you just flip them over so you can put those there. I do really like the fact that the pillows here are removable because you can sort of mix and match or even use these on like a bed or something. And then it's got like this really cool corduroy texture, which is really like interesting. You don't see that a lot. It's also quite soft and like the pillows are very squishy. Again though, it is quite big. I'm just like grabbing a new random LPS every time. It is pretty big, but you can fit a lot of pets on here because the thing is, like, I'd say Calico Critter couches are probably the most accurately sized to a Littlest Pet Shop, but you can barely fit anybody on those. It's like you can really only fit 1 pet. So I feel like, you know, you can really maximize how many people you want to sit on this couch, and I really like that for it. You just need like obviously a way larger room to display something like this in. We have one more thing though, and on the picture it shows this bed, but it's actually just like the bedding, not the bed itself. They had the bed at Michael's as well, but the bed was like massive, so it would not really work in an LPS world in my opinion at all. Again, the Calico Critter beds are definitely the best in my opinion, but I really liked the bedding, so I kind of wanted to try this out as well. But it comes with all these extra pillows. You can like add this onto your couch if you wanted as well. This would be like the normal pillow that you're laying on. These ones clearly are not as good quality as the couch pillows, and then these are more like the decorative pillows. And then there's another single pillow, and then there are 2 blankets. So this is like the actual comforter, I guess. Pretty big. You could also like low-key use this as a rug or something, or just like a separate blanket. And then this one here, which is like the decorative bedding piece, but also could totally be a rug, and I really like that for it as well. So I kind of do like the fact that these are sold separately than the beds. You can kind of use them for whatever you want. So with all the stuff that I've shown you, I feel like I have a lot of like good items for a living room. So I'm going to whip up a quick little set and show you guys what everything looks like put together. Okay, I actually did want to talk about the flooring thing a little bit more. It's very glossy. I don't know if I really like that, but it is a vinyl sticker, and I could have just like kind of flattened it out on the sticker paper, but I just decided to stick it on some pink construction paper that I'm never going to use for anything else, and then that way it can lay fully flat. You know, I could have stuck it on a little bit better, but I feel like it looks good enough for what I'm going to do now. Okay, after putting this little set together, I am very, very happy with all the purchases that I made. Obviously, as you could see by like the B-roll footage, I added a lot of other accessories and got a little bit carried away, but I think it looks really cool. And yeah, you could also definitely tell the fact that I didn't put any effort into the background, that I have like no walls to put up. I only have floors. But even though this floor is like super shiny, I do think that it looks pretty cool, and I really like just like the modern aesthetic, and again, putting my maximalist twist on it. I have so many little accessory things, and it's nice when you get more like miniature shelves like this to kind of display them all, and I like the way that it looks with all of these LPS that I've added here as well. So yeah, if you guys have any experience buying these miniatures, let me know your thoughts on them. Do you like them? Do you like the quality? What do you think of the pricing? Stuff like that. Let me know down below in the comments. Honestly, in the future, I think it might be really fun to kind of do videos like this where I'm just kind of building a set. Obviously, I did all of this off camera, but if you guys want me to like do it on camera with you guys, I think that could be fun as well. So also let me know that down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!